What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV and the first ever Call of Duty World War II weapon review. In today's video, we're looking at none other than the grease gun. I'll be working through a categorical progression in terms of weapons in this series, so first SMG, first assault rifle, first sniper rifle, etc. Second assault rifle, second SMG, second sniper rifle, etc. And I'm leaving the decision on which weapon class to review next completely in your hands. You can head over when you're done this video to my Twitter page at BlackTideTV. There's a link in the description. And there is a poll posted to my profile, and there will be one after every weapon review. And you'll have 4 options, and you can vote on which weapon or weapon class you'd like to see reviewed next. And I won't keep everything in a specific order. We'll randomize it every week. So first week we might have an SMG and then a sniper and then an LMG. Second week we might start with an assault rifle and then a shotgun and then a pistol. It's totally up to you guys, whatever you want to see, but we'll be working through all of the weapon classes first, the very first weapon, and then on to the second weapon, etc. Once again, there is an Astro logo hidden in today's video. If you can spot that Astro logo and comment below with the correct timestamp, you'll be given 5 entries into my Astro A20 giveaway. To learn more about daily and additional entries into the Astro A20 giveaway, I've left a link in the description down below. The very first link you'll find will bring you to my giveaway guide video. But without further ado, the grease gun is without a doubt the most unique SMG in Call of Duty World War II. In terms of all of what this weapon does, it does differently than the other SMGs. A lot of the SMGs are interchangeable. They are very fast firing, they're kind of inaccurate, you use them at close quarters, and basically you can swap between them and not really notice a difference. The grease gun is the exception to this rule. The grease gun is incredibly out there, very different from the rest of them, and it's going to very heavily impact how you must use this weapon if you want to succeed. Little trivia for you, the grease gun was actually the highest KD ratio weapon in the beta overall, according to Sledgehammer's tracking. A lot of players complained about the PPSH and about the Waffe 28 because people were melting everyone with those weapons. They complained, they said, we want these weapons nerfed, and Sledgehammer kind of said, we're not going to nerf those because grease gun had the highest KD ratio. And that's only because the grease gun was the very first weapon that you unlock, so a lot of people got it, had a pretty good KD, and then moved on to the PPSH. And when you're getting more kills and more deaths, it's harder to keep a higher KD. So the grease gun was used less, but it had a higher KD. So, of course, it would appear that the grease gun has been nerfed from the beta. It's not as powerful as it once was. I'm not sure if it's a 3-shot kill range nerf, if it's a fire rate nerf, or if it's a recoil nerf, but it definitely doesn't seem the same as it was in the beta. So if you're going into the grease gun and you're like, oh my god, I melted people with this gun in the beta, you might find yourself in a bit of hot water. The grease gun has the standout 3-shot kill range of the SMG class. To my knowledge, it is the only SMG in the game, so far, that can get a 3-shot kill. And the 3-shot kill range is considerable. It actually beats out the 3-shot kill range of some assault rifles. It's a pretty good 3-shot kill range for an SMG. SMGs traditionally have a 4-shot kill range. It's also got the slowest rate of fire of any SMG in the game, and a very respectable recoil. You have to really be in this weapon's favor. You have to have a very, very steady hand if you want to hit your shots, and that's really where this weapon falls short in my opinion. Due to the high rate of fire and unfavorable recoil plot, the grease gun becomes a high-risk, high-reward sort of weapon. You must hit all of your shots in any given gunfight, especially against enemy SMGs and close-quarters weapons. Close-quarters weapons, even some assault rifles, will absolutely delete you in this game because they are so easy to use. The grease gun, on the other hand, is something of a close-medium range hybrid, where at close range you need to hit all of your shots to delete people even quicker than some other SMGs, and at medium range the recoil kind of takes control and you can't use it at medium range, so it's basically a medium range weapon that you can't use at medium range, and so you have to be forced into these close range gunfights. It's a very difficult weapon to use professionally, and I can't see this weapon being used in any type of pro circuit. It's just not effective enough. It doesn't stack up against the other SMGs. However, in the case that you absolutely must use the grease gun over all other SMGs, I do have a few recommendations for you in terms of playstyle and class build. The first being, use the primed basic training. Primed basic training is becoming very popular with snipers. It's great for two reasons. The first being an additional primary attachment without being in the infantry division, and the second and most important, less flinch when you're being shot. Of course, the grease gun is one of those weapons where it's already underperforming at close range, and you flinch like a little bitch in this game. You probably wouldn't notice because most of the time you're deleted in gunfights, but if you are in a gunfight and you survive, you flinch with every single bullet that hits you, and flinching less is going to help you with hitting all of your shots with the grease gun, and that's what this gun is all about. So primed is without a doubt the best basic training for the grease gun, and I would also recommend the mountain division. Mountain division is great for stealth. It's going to keep you off the radar, it's going to keep your footsteps silent, and that's going to help the grease gun perform at close quarters because you can get the drop on enemies. That's the only time I can really recommend the grease gun in close quarters, is when you know that the enemy's there and you can kind of pre-fire or prepare for them, because in a situation where you come around a corner and an enemy comes around a corner with a PPSH or an MP40 or a Waffe 28, they're going to kill you most of the time, unless you have God aim, but that's kind of the situation that you're in with the grease gun. So how are we using this weapon? It's a medium range weapon that can't really compete at medium range. It barely holds it together at close range. It outperforms other SMGs at longer ranges, but underperforms against pretty much every other weapon class. Assault rifles, LMG, snipers will bottom you at longer ranges. So I would suggest you hug corners and stick to close quarters. This weapon, like I said, is very powerful when you have the upper hand. If you are prepared for an enemy, you're hugging corners, you're really close, because this weapon has that 3-shot kill range, if you're close, you don't have to really worry about the recoil plot, and you can drop someone in 3 shots before they can get their 4th shot off. So I would say just stick to corners, stick to close, really close range engagements, not as in from room to room, but from desk to desk in that room. Like, you want to be very close to enemies, kind of right around the corner from objective-based game modes, like something like that. And something to help you with that is that the grease gun has an above average hipfire accuracy, and the hipfire recoil actually isn't too bad. So if you're in really close quarters, you can kind of hose people down with the hipfire, especially if you have steady aim on there, and you can just spray people around corners, not worrying about aiming down sights, not worrying about the flinch. That's the best situation you can really put the grease gun in, but overall, I wouldn't recommend the grease gun over pretty well any other SMG. I think most other SMGs I would prefer, except maybe the Type 100, because it seems like it isn't very powerful to me either, but I have to use that one a little bit more in the future before we can do the weapon review. Anyways, in terms of attachments, advanced rifling, 155%. This weapon has a 3-shot kill range, and advanced rifling, or rifled barrel, whatever it's called in this game, will extend that 3-shot kill range. And of course, the 3-shot kill range is the standout of the grease gun. It's what makes the grease gun special. So you want to make that 3-shot kill range last. Advanced rifling will extend the 3-shot kill range. Overall, guys, I would give the grease gun a 6 out of 10. Where a 1 is absolutely broken, you can't use this weapon to get a kill to save your life. And 10 is this gun is overpowered, you either need to use it or nerf it now. It's a 6 out of 10. It's unremarkable. It's slightly above average because of the 3-shot kill range, but that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the grease gun in the comment section down below, and also comment the correct timestamp for that Astro logo for a chance to win an Astro A20 headset. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, consider sponsoring and checking me out on Patreon, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.